Igama lam Unathi. Ndaziwa ke ngabantu as Lady Slice. Ntombazana ehlala eGumbo lethu eKapa.
Politicians, it's a ganja party. It's a ganja party, Mandela. It's a ganja party, it's a ganja party. Tell them it's a ganja party. We know what them discuss, we know that them able. We'll tell them to bring them spiffs to the table. Not keep black man live it in a cycle. We tell them we know what them grow in them stable. Straight talk we deal with no mumble. Free marijuana can't keep it on them idle. Bomber clad politician I read them Bible. Long time we tell them give we ganja title. We sing for them, give me marijuana now. Give me marijuana now. Give me marijuana. Pass me the split, me say pass me the ganja right now. Give me marijuana now. Give me marijuana now. Give me marijuana. Pass me the ganja, me say pass me the set. Malema, it's a ganja party when I zoom. It's a ganja party, hell and zeal. Tell them it's a ganja party. Call the politicians, it's a ganja party. It's a ganja party, see Mandela. It's a ganja party, Kinjeliti. It's a ganja party. Tell them it's a ganja party. Politicians are kwazukutiti ngondo. Bataba kwazukutya kwa mabondo. Futi bilanga woti nem chandalo. Jenga yizolo. Best selling Nazaro. Papa is alone. Mabuya buzanyo yikitongo. Mnanjaimela and boni nderongo. Makumi bongo. From Cape Town to Congo. Skume Sudan, Songene Morocco. Tina Selchisa El Tubalo Coco. Makumi bongo. From Cape Town to Congo. Skume Sudan, Songene Morocco.
I think when I was a backing vocalist, but now like I've always known that I can sing. Like I've always had like a song playing in my head, and not even but my own kind of creativity. So I then got presented with the opportunity of backing Black Ninja, with that Spencer. Because close to up on Shalakona, there was Koi N99, which is where also Ro Crosby or JJ's, most of them like the Babi Khalapai. So now I started frequenting there, and then that's how I started to Babi Mike and stand and start singing. Yes. So my sound, having like the background, the cooler, yeah, and the last, so the Pumago background, you know, like hardcore reggae, you know, and Kemna as the new age, the cooler, the Tandi dance in particular, but not forgetting the message that was always. So then now also I love soul, you know, like Yabatano Lohan Hill, like Batano Otan Somazwai, those are the kind of you see in Nasoga's time. And then I have a very huge, like I'm a hip hop head, basically. So there's like influence you know, from those different sounds. So with my music, I'm trying to say a beat, you know, like currently in I'm dibbling a lot and venturing or what's the right word? Playing around with a lot of dubstep sound, you know, because I love it. But then obviously delivering it, understand, or this course are also within the dubstep. And I also use a lot of like hip hop or soul beats, but I'm always delivering in a reggae stance, you know. So I'm a singer, but then I sing also. So it's got a lot of soul, like it's like a hardcore, softy type of vibe. You understand? If that makes any sense, yes. So it is a new vibe or sound that I'm creating. I can say, you understand? Or it's a sound that's been there, but I'm just doing it in my own way because I feel like it's very distinct. You understand? So for now, I'd say it's using like delivering in or the flows being more reggae, but the beats being like a variety. You understand? But then the sound, where the more you listen to it, you kind of get the sound. Okay, this is where Lord is at. You understand? Well, I'd say like it's the sound always being aligned or telekiswa with the Jamaican sound. You understand? So what's happening is you can't dance or reggae puma from Jamaica. You can't from South Africa. You can't puma like in different places like around the world. You understand? But then I think when it comes to South Africa, like there are artists who have their distinct sound that can compete against the rest like of the world with like that sound of okay, this is South African. You understand? Because we do have our own sound, like indigenous instruments as well here. But then there's also the majority is still imitating the Jamaican sound in a way. You understand? Yeah. So I think then it's going to take a lot of work because we need more of a neck artists that are going to be doing like reggae. You understand? So that you don't also sound like who sings like you don't also sound like who vibes cartel. You understand? Like you also have your own land, command. Like because I think that's what makes a person sell at the end of the day. So you can mimic someone else, but then it's important to have your sound that is unique to you. So I think from that's the one, not necessarily stereotype, but that's the one, like thing that we currently in Filaiba-ish was one of the artists need to actually work on a lot. And as much as Abantu, because people love South Africa, you understand, and some of them, even when they come to South Africa, they will hear reggae from Jamaica. You understand? And I understand why it's like that. Yeah. But like also here we've got legends who've been within reggae and who also who've worked in getting East South Africa on the map. You understand? And it's only right now that those who are also following are gonna be unique to the South African sound as well.
You never saw the gunman.
I think my target market is broad because there's a song that's going to speak to different, like for instance, the way I work around my craft is performance-wise. If I have a particular performance for a crowd that I know is a certain way, then I'm going to choose those particular songs within my music that speaks to that sound, to that crowd, sorry. You understand? So if it's the more reggae, Rasta crowd, I've got songs that I know it's going to get them excited. If it's for the hip-hop crowd, I've got songs that I know, okay, even the beats speaks to the hip-hop kind of sound. Yeah. So for now, my target market, to be honest, because even the music I do, in a message, but then I also have party tunes, you understand? And I know it's gonna like it's all about the mood. Yeah. So I think it's very important to be able to set different moods. But for now, like my crowd is mainly in the hip hop and reggae community. That's I think the crowd that follows me. But then I'm now in a space where I want to collaborate. I want to do like a remix of one of my songs, Be House, you understand? Because I feel like I want to open up, you understand, to other people as well, you understand, for them to be exposed. Because end of the day, in reggae, it's gonna get, it is actually popular. Because even in the streets, they will have a song like that's got the Afro beats, as they now call it. But like Tina we say Yazba, Sugila, and yeah, without losing that trail. So yeah, like I think my sound speaks to different people, but mainly it's the reggae and the dancehall community. I have one single that is out, which was U Ganja Party. That also had like a remix and another rhythm done based on the song. I'm currently working and in studio. I think I'm a perfectionist, so it's taking a lifetime to give, because the creating of music is a very fragile process, and then it also comes with the sound that I'm into. So I've struggled very much to get the producers that I relate to. I'm currently working on Ghetto Queen. I'm hoping to release at least 4 songs within Ghetto Queen, but I'm re-releasing as a tool. So what I mean by that is that I have songs that were released previously, but basically, so I feel like it's only right for me to then release them with the new beats and the new kind of style, and then Kubeko Ghetto Queen with a remix that is currently being done by a DJ that's based in Sweden. So that's where I'm currently at. So by the end of the year, these are basically out on a project level, mainly on mainstream. So the reason now that we haven't set a date yet is because the video is in production. So as soon as the video is done, because I want to understand it to that. So yeah, that's hopefully December it's gonna be out. Yeah, because I love giving a nice space, because especially for marketing purposes as well. Well, from now, I think everyday people inspire me, to be honest. Yeah, their stories inspire me. The resilience, the strength, and I get inspired musically though by different people. It always depends on the mood I am for the music that I want to listen to. I dance on, I breathe. I'm a dancer as well. So that's my first love of music. But then I love reggae, like roots reggae. Connie Miniska, Queen Omega, like Zoluciano, like Zo Midnight. There are those days when I'm in that mood. There are days when I want to listen to Usistandis, when I want to listen to Lauren Hill. There are days when I'm in the hip hop mood, and I want to listen to Busta Rhymes, like there are days where I want to listen to Kev Brown, like I've got different moods, and it always depends on exactly that, the mood I'm in. So all of these things definitely inspire me, because then I have a broader understanding of sound, standard to that. Yeah. But honestly, I'm inspired by even a lot of underground artists, because there's a lot of talent. And that's where the rawness of the sound is, honestly. So like I'm inspired by different sounds, and at first I used to see that as because I'm not loyal to anyone. But then the more and the cooler, the more I realize, that's actually where the strength comes in. That's actually where even as an artist I can be able to dibble and dabble in different sounds, and still come out as Lady Slice within those sounds. So yeah. So highlights in my career, I think there's a few of them. Sharing a stage with Siyabulela, from Bukhari, who was launching her album on 1st of April 2012. like, to me, that was a magical moment because it's those things we always used to talk about. All of us, family education, family, so now Sisi, like Ulava, and she's on stage with us and she's crying and everyone was crying. You know, it was a very magical moment. So I must say that was a huge milestone in my career. Yeah, and then shooting my music video, you know, like winning a competition, and that, like, because the guy who's shooting, I kind of respect his craft. So I got an opportunity where we workshop, I enter competition, and I end up winning, you know, understand, an opportunity to get a song shot. And then a year later, without even realizing, on the exact same day that I won the competition, I actually shoot the video. After cancellation, but it happened on 26 August. Shoot the video and zero budget, rallying like a lot of women because the concept was a ghetto queen, and for me that concept meant representing the ghetto queen within the variety of us, you know, because in Gulowo there's a different reason why you're ghetto queen. As much as it's a strength, no latano, unconditional, understand, like that confidence, but there's different reasons why we call ourselves ghetto queen, and some don't even know until you tell them, "But we queen," you understand? So for me, going through all of that and being able to actually, now I'm learning a guy but I know it's going to be something that I'm truly proud of, you know, because even the women, the people who came through, the people who like you know, the men who made sure and taking care of his, like Ozolani, like all of those people coming together to make it dream. Yeah, like to me that was a humbling experience in my career, but also a reminder, you know, and an eye-opener that, as much as Tisakula and we don't have budget to do these things, but there's a bunch who are willing to take out their craft, their time, you understand, like their equipment to make sure into yako iba of value, and there's no words that can even be enough to thank such people. I think the only way is then to be even more because already they inspired, so you understand, so that so for me that's a huge milestone. I'm already doing something else which is besides music, but it's using my social standing as the influence. So I'm very much into community development. I'm basically what you call an activist. Like throughout the years, I've always been involved one way or another with the programs that are about bringing change within the community. So I was one of the founders of what they call the All in Wise, which was basically bringing a platform to Elokshini for artists, you understand, but it was also a way of us doing shows that are going to stand against crime and gangsterism, you know. And having grown from that, I then got involved with other organizations such as the OI, where we were like Ulucha, Lalaba, Elokshini, but we were mainly artists. We had like Abantu Sports, one of the coach, football, basketball team. Vincent Oncha, it was different creatives, you know, but what we were doing is we were creating events for social change. So whatever we were doing or creating, it was always about imali mhlawumbe sizoyenza we'll go and donate to an orphanage or so. And then as then I was also a part of interim that was about Ngadlela war that was between Amavura and Amavato. So we as local artists, we would go to Abantwana, chill with them in the corner, just have conversations with them. And Tina as a band who've got like what can we then do to assist you guys in stopping the war, you know? And then after that, then it's always been like question, what are we then offering them, you know? So that's where I'm at now, where in the NPO that basically we're doing capacity building for NGOs, but then we also have Ulucha that we work with, and the aim is ultimately to create like a hub for them, spaces comfortable abantwana bakwazi ufika kuyo badlala games abafuna udlala games umuntu akhupha incwadi kwi-bookshelf like shelf chilling on bean bags, you know, that type of a vibe, you know. So currently that's where I'm at, you know, like that's one thing that's very close to my heart. It's community development, youth development in particular, you know, through sports, through education, through music, since the musician as well, you know. So yeah. So I prefer doing any sort of booking, collaborations, into ezibalulekileyo man ezifana nezo ungaske sizincokole via email, you know, for paper trail purposes, yeah. So ndifumaneka ku Lady Slice Productions, so Lady and Slice SLIC Productions at gmail.com. Ndikhona ku Instagram as the Lady Slice. Ndikhona on Facebook as Unathi Lady Slice Jacobs. Ndikhona also on SoundCloud as Lady Slice. Currently, guys, I've got people who are taking over, like my Instagram, you understand, and other accounts. Ndikhona abantu who are currently taking that over, so that it focuses mainly on the brand Lady Slice more than even my personal shit on that. Yeah. So also the iTunes is gonna be up soon. Yo, this is Lady Slice. I'm representing Homegrown Concepts. So on the 27th of October, I'll be live and direct at NY50 with my songs Ganja Party. I'll also be singing Ukedo Queen, that is coming out soon with the video. So yeah, catch me there. Bless.
From Cape Town to Congo, Spume Sudan, Sangene Morocco, Tina Selchisa El Tubalo Coco, Makumi Bongo. From Cape Town to Congo, Spume Sudan, Sangene Morocco, Tina Selchisa El Tubalo Coco. We sing for them, give me marijuana now, give me marijuana now, give me marijuana. Pass me the split, me say pass me the ganja right now.